This is Eyewitness Weather, a look at the weather from coast to coast with Ken Goodman, brought to you by the Sinclair Refining Company and your local Sinclair dealer.
Well, good evening. You're probably wondering just where those sunny skies went this morning, and instead up came the snow. Well, it's pretty simple to explain. We didn't know it was going to snow, and it was a wind shift that caused it. A little moisture over Kansas and Missouri came our way, and with the colder temperatures, we had snow. That's the way it happened, and that's about all we can say for it. Right now, let's check the weather dials as we have them here in downtown Cleveland. First of all, the temperature stands at a rather nice 41 degrees right now, and the humidity is on the pleasant side at 76%. There was a little more moisture this evening. That also came about by another wind shift. The barometer is beginning to drop off just a bit. Right now, it stands at 29.91, and it will continue to drop as we come under the effects of a low-pressure system. The wind direction basically throughout the evening has been from the south and will remain that way throughout the night and possibly early morning hours. Velocities rather light, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as far as rainfall is concerned, that snow we had this morning was just 1/100th of an inch in liquid content. Here's the national map, and most of the nation today had mild weather. It was unseasonably warm in some sections. In fact, Green Bay had 50 degrees today, which set an all-time record of 70 years. 1894, they had a 46. Here's the big weather factor. A low-pressure system, as we said last night, was beginning to develop. It has formed right now, and it's a rather strong one. And with a counterclockwise motion of the low, as it comes across the Gulf of Mexico, it's an overriding condition, they call it. The warmer, moist air goes over the colder air, and as it does, precipitation forms. And it's raining down along the entire coastal regions, all the way up into the Carolinas, and as far north as the lower Appalachians. This is the rain that came through this evening. It will continue up through New York and part of western Pennsylvania, and it should end in this area. No showers after midnight tonight. This Arctic air mass that we have located over Manitoba province in Canada is going to be something that will affect us in the midweek, but it will affect the western plains by tomorrow. It will start to move in, and some frigid conditions will exist, and cold warnings have been posted. Right now, let's take a look at our state map, and these are the temperature conditions right now as we have them. Cincinnati, Dayton, and Columbus all have 46s for the high. At Cleveland-Hopkins Airport, our present temperature is 39. Our high today is 45. That came at 4:30 this afternoon. The low was 31. That was at 4 o'clock this morning. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:01. Sunset at 6:19. And we'll take a closer look at that forecast after this message from Sinclair.
Try it. And buy Sinclair.
Highways in most of northeastern Ohio are beginning to dry off right now. The lake stands at 33 degrees. Now, the forecast for tonight, those showers will end by midnight throughout our section of the state. Partly cloudy is the forecast for the remainder of tonight. It will get somewhat warmer tomorrow. Our overnight low will just drop to about 34 degrees. The high tomorrow will be 48. So for Monday, we can sum it up that it will be partly cloudy, and the weather will continue to be on the warm side with that high going up to 48. Now, as far as that Arctic air is concerned, it will come down out of Canada. Be sure to check with Dick Goddard tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon. He'll keep you abreast of that, but it will come our way sometime in the middle of the week, so our spring-like temperatures won't be around too much longer, at least until about Wednesday. That's the weather. Stay tuned now for the rest of the big movie on Channel 3.
This has been Eyewitness Weather with Ken Goodman, brought to you by your Sinclair Refining Company and your nearby Sinclair dealer. Drive into the sign of the Sinclair Dinosaur.
You know, friends, everyone likes to entertain outdoors during the warm months, and whether your menu calls for a barbecue, cookout, or just plain peanut butter sandwiches, nothing beats White Rock for that just right extra taste touch. For White Rock and picnics have been going together for almost a century. In fact, the White Rock girl has been a symbol of quality since for her the next time you shop. Then, reach out and help yourself to the best tasting refreshment anywhere. White Rock. Try them all. These wonderful true fruit flavors and the world-famous White Rock mixers. Now also available in a handy 4-pack. 4 big 16-ounce bottles at a money-saving low price. Same superb quality, same great flavors. Look for the White Rock Girl at your favorite store. Stock up tomorrow for the entire week. Journey with us to the dimensions of the unknown, beyond the far reaches of the human mind. Witness true-to-life experiences far more fantastic than the boldest creations of the science fiction writers. Join us, if you dare. Take one step beyond. Life can be measured by time. It can also be measured by men. The direction of one human life has changed the entire course of history, and in a very real sense, changed our lives, yours and mine. Biography brings you a new and fresh look at the great personalities of the last half-century. Personalities whose names today still make headlines or live vividly in our memories. Roosevelt, Franklin D. and Teddy, Rockney and Ruth, Lindbergh and Lewis, Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin and Churchill, the Duke and the Duchess, Truman, MacArthur and the Little Flower. This is Werner's. Werner's famous aged in the wood flavor. 4 years in wood gives Werner's that mellow, pure, tangy taste, a flavor you can't compare with any other soft drink. When you're thirsty, have the drink that's deliciously different. See for yourself why the fun ones drink Werner's. Pour yourself a glass of Werner's and try America's most unusual soft drink. But before you drink the fun one, take a close look at Werner's and compare its sparkle with other soft drinks you know. Now, just savor the aroma. Take your time here. Only then are you ready to try Werner's famous flavor aging. Then you take a sip. Sparkling, alive, downright good. Right? So enjoy the delicious difference of Werner's, aged 4 years in wood. Go ahead. Try Werner's for va-va-voom. Remember, the fun ones drink Werner's.
I'm sold on it.
Try new Fab, now with Borax.
The 11th hour weather with Ken Goodman is presented tonight by Deliciously Different Werner's. Get the fun one, the deliciously different one. Get Werner's for va-va-voom.
And a very pleasant good evening to you. Well, we won't let the rain dampen our spirits any because by tomorrow afternoon it should dissipate completely, ending sometime in the early morning, and we should get a bit of sunshine, and the weather for the next couple of days looks pretty good, a little above seasonal norms. Right now, let's check those statistics as we have them for this day in Cleveland. The high today got well above that normal of 42. We reached 58 degrees. A beautiful day except for the clouds and rain. The overnight low, 45, normal, 25, so we were in pretty good stead today. Record, down in the books, 1927 had the high of 70 degrees. It was a -5 in 1948. Precipitation, we almost led the nation today, second highest, 89 hundredths of an inch, and 2/3 of that came within just a 6-hour period. Temperature, we're 50 at the airport, 45 downtown. That's a usual switch. Humidity, 93%, the dew point temperature, 49, and the barometer is holding steady at 30.13 inches. The wind direction coming in now from the west, and the wind speed rather light at 7 miles per hour. Lake Erie standing at 34 degrees. The winds on the lake are from the west at 15 miles per hour. Temperature-wise, around the Buckeye State, these are the readings as we have them to the 11:30 hour. Noting that Marietta is the warmest in the state to this hour, they also had the highest today throughout the state. They reached 71 degrees. And it's just about in the upper 40s and the lower 50s throughout the state, which is pretty good for this time of night. Let's check that national map right now and take a look and see what's happening. The only precipitation we have to report is what's moved through this area, and that's connected to a low-pressure system well up over central New York State now, just ahead of this low where the temperatures are much colder. In fact, the coldest point for the nation today was a -5 at Greenville, Maine. They're having snow up there. We'll continue through tomorrow, picking up 2 to 4 inches. The mountains of Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire should pick up as much as 6 inches, so the skiing still is good up in that section of the country. A warm front just ahead of the cold front, bringing temperatures well up into the 70s throughout the Atlantic seaboard. And as you can see, this cold front, which trails from the low all the way down to the eastern section of Texas, brought rain, showers, and some thunderstorms along that entire line. This will move off by tomorrow morning, and the rest of the eastern Atlantic states will pick it up. What we have to look forward to are 2 very pleasant high-pressure systems out here in the Midwest and one out in the far west. Both are bringing sunny skies to those portions of the country, and we expect this will move in by perhaps Sunday afternoon, perhaps late in the afternoon. But it looks like Sunday and Monday should be pretty good. The temperatures, as you see them here on our map, were the highs reached throughout the country today, and it's an interesting note that this time of year they've already hit 50 degrees all the way up at Bismarck, North Dakota. The highest in the country, 91 degrees out at Thermal, California, and that, of course, being brought about by the very clear skies and just generally nice weather out in the southwest. We'll take a look at our local forecast for you in just a moment after timeout for this of Burners for Va-Va-Voom.
Okay, Ken, you'll stand about here for the opening.
All right, then right here's where I talk about the flavor of Burners. You know how it's been aged in wood for 4 long years to give it that good gingery flavor.
Yep. Then you move to the table here with all the different bottles and cans of Vernors, and you name them off, picking up each one of them.
All right, well, let's be sure we have them all right here then. Let's see, first of all, we have the big 32-ounce quart of regular Vernors, 1-calorie Vernors, and we have our 16-ounce 1-calorie Vernors in the no deposit, no return bottle. And we have a 12-ounce bottle, regular Vernors, 12-ounce Vernors flat top can, and then the Vernors 1-calorie can. And say, where's that 8-ounce bottle of... I just saw it here a second ago.
Ken, you just finished it.
So I did.
How was it?
Good, good. But where are we going to get another one?
Well, you always say anywhere in the Cotton Club distribution area.
Thanks. There's got to be an Emmy nomination in there somewhere. Looking at the sunrise, tomorrow at 6:43, the sun will set at 6:32. The day's, of course, getting much longer now. Highways throughout northeastern Ohio will remain wet as the rain begins to move out just a bit. We're just getting a light drizzle now, should end by early morning. Cloudy with that light rain or drizzle dissipating. The low 46, so it should be a rather pleasant night for sleeping. Sunday morning, the rain will end, and we should have partial clearing and cooler come Sunday afternoon and evening. The high tomorrow scooting up to 50 degrees. The overnight low a little bit on the chilly side, back down to 33 again. Spring really isn't here yet. For Monday, fair and somewhat cooler, with a high getting up into the mid-40s as the high pressure moves in, and the sunshine will come along with it. That's the weather. Stay tuned now for